Welcome back, everybody. In this video, we're going to talk about how to build a YouTube channel in 2025. So in this video, this is going to be you if two things exist. Okay, one, you're very new to YouTube. You want to build a YouTube channel, but you haven't taken that jump yet. And the second thing is you've already built a channel, but you're still in the basics. You're still trying to figure out some things. So if you're super advanced here, this video might not be for you. Now, for farts and giggles, you can stick along with us and kind of see what I cover. But if you're super advanced, you probably already know this material. So in this video, we're going to cover a few things. One, we're going to cover the basics on YouTube. I'm going to put a spin on it a little bit. We're going to cover a couple things that most people don't talk about that will help you out. Then we're going to shift over to equipment, the equipment I use. And, it's kind of specialty with the equipment because I'm not that far ahead of you. And, I've learned kind of not really the hard way about equipment, but I waited too long to upgrade. And there's certain things that you need in the beginning that you can wait on. So I'm going to share that with you. What you really need starting out that's going to help you, and the things that you can really wait on. So that's the big thing with equipment. Then we're going to move over to software, the software I use. And lastly, we're going to move over to SEO, kind of go into the basics of SEO, dive into my channel, dive into SEO and explain the basics here. So that way you can understand. Now, when we discuss YouTube, there's only two things I want to share with you. And they're very, very simple. The first thing is just start. Just get started, okay? Don't worry about all the equipment you need. Don't worry about, all these fancy editing softwares you need. Don't worry about, well, I can't edit that much. I don't have a big team. I can't outsource anything. Just get started, okay? That's the biggest thing because you learn along the way. And the second thing I want to share with you is being authentic. Now, being authentic really goes with number one of just getting started. Okay, but the key to kind of grow, what people kind of lose is actually being authentic, being you. Let go of all this fancy stuff. Be authentic, be you. And the main example here, probably the biggest one right now is Sam Sulek. Now, I don't know if you know who Sam Sulek is, but he's a bodybuilder. And he just went viral all over the place. And when you look back at his videos, it's really him just setting up a camera. He's not doing multiple angles. All he has is his phone and a mic, and he sets up his camera in the gym and people watch him work out. He talks dead on to the camera. No editing skills whatsoever. It's just him. But the big thing is he went viral because he was just so authentic in his videos. Okay, it was just him. You imagine him all over. When you meet him in person, it's Sam. It's the same person you see on camera. So that's the key to being authentic. Just be you. Be you on camera. Because what you have to understand is when you do any type of social media, okay, if you're doing blogging, you're doing YouTube, but here we're talking about YouTube, is being authentic. You're building rapport with people. You're building rapport and credibility with people that you don't even know. Okay, but you have to imagine that when I'm building rapport with you, okay, I want to be authentic, and what I mean by that is when you meet me in person, I want to be the same person. I want to be Chad. Okay, when you meet me in person, you're like, dude, that's the same guy I see on YouTube. It's the same person. Okay, but the opposite happens as well. When you're not authentic and people meet you in person and they see you on YouTube, maybe you have millions of followers, but they meet you in person, but then you're totally opposite. Your personality is totally opposite. But what happens in that moment is you've actually lost rapport. You lost credibility with that person because you're totally different. You totally have a different persona. You have like a YouTube persona versus your personal life. You're not being authentic. You have to be authentic. It doesn't matter. Even if I mess up here, it's me leaving it in there or me laughing about it. That's me being authentic. Even going back to Sam Sulek, a lot of his videos, he would set up the camera in his car and he's doing a video and something would happen in his car. Maybe a police chase is going on. He would actually react to it, turn to the camera and make a comment, but he would leave that stuff in his videos. So it's all about just getting started and be authentic. Those are the two top takeaway here. Anything you learn in this video, just get started and just be authentic. Just be you. Okay, people want to see you. There's no other you out there. Okay, there's no other personality like you out there. So share it with people. Be you on camera. In the beginning, that might be hard. Okay, you might be a little bit shy. You might be starting a little persona. You have to dress professional. You have to comb your hair. You have to look professional. You have to wear a suit. You know what I mean? That was me back in the day when I did YouTube long time ago. Okay, but now, oh, did I burp? That's really being authentic there. I had some eggs right before I did this video. Talking about being authentic. Woo. Okay, I might have to leave that in there. but anyway, you get what I'm saying. Okay, there's so much power into being authentic because you're really building rapport and you're building credibility. And when you build rapport and build credibility with people, that really goes into your SEO, which we're going to talk about later down the road. Now we're going to shift over to all the equipment I use. Now, I know that I look different. I had a technical difficulty, so I had to refilm this section right here. But anyway, let's dive into the equipment. Now, like I said from the beginning, I don't know if I hinted to this, is when I first started off on YouTube about a year and a half ago, at least came back to YouTube, I only came back on my iPhone. Yes, you heard me correctly. I only use my iPhone. So this is why in the beginning I told you, if you're new to YouTube, just get started. Don't get caught up into all this equipment, all the software, all the editing, all the fancy editing, all the fancy effects that you need to do, okay, or you think you need to do. Don't get caught up into, oh, I gotta splice my video every 10 seconds, okay? That's down the road. But it's not now as a beginner. Don't get caught up on that. Don't let that stop you. So just like with me, a year and a half ago, not even that long ago, maybe even a month ago, I was still doing just my phone. Only my phone, but no mic. Only my phone and iMovie, free software again, and a mic. And most of the time, I would film a video on my phone, which I'm filming off my phone right here as I'm looking at it. This is my backup phone. But I would film a video on my phone, and I would just take the video right from my phone and directly upload it to YouTube. Okay? That's what I would do. I didn't let it stop me. Okay, that's the thing I want to just impress upon you right now. Don't let it stop you. Just start. Okay, but now, lo and behold, what mistakes did I do? Because I did say that when I finally upgraded all my stuff and went from nothing to really good mics and really good pod mics and stuff like that, is I felt like I waited too long, okay? Because I had the money to invest in it, but I was kind of scared. I was kind of skeptical. I wasn't too sure, just like you might be feeling right now. So the best thing you can do, okay, if there's one thing of advice I should give you right now, yes, one, okay, is get a good mic, okay? This is something that I should have done right from the beginning because I got called up into what do I need? And you got a whole list of stuff you need. But as long as you have a phone, okay, and I'm not even going to go into if you want to buy a camcorder, you want to buy a camera and not use your phone, because it's so easy now to use your phone. It's so easy to use your Apple iPhone. Every time they come up with an update with Apple, they always upgrade the camera. So the camera is fantastic. So you don't need to go out and buy a camcorder or buy a camera. Okay, you can if you want, but to me, that's one of the last things that I would get because you can use your camera on this bad boy. Okay, even I'm filming right here. This is the iPhone 12 I'm filming on, and right now they have the iPhone 16. So even the iPhone 12 films at HD quality and it films at 4K. So you can do everything off your iPhone. So set aside the video stuff for a second. But what you do need is a really good mic. Okay, so this is what I want to share with you. So let's jump on the screen here. Now this is the mic that I have. I finally got this mic maybe a month ago, so I've only used this mic for about 1 month, and this is called a DJI Mic 2. And when I'm showing you stuff right now, I'm not sponsoring anything in this video. Okay, I'm just sharing with you what I have and what works really well. Okay, so I'm not getting a kickback, I'm not getting nothing, so I'm not sponsoring anything. I'm just sharing with you the things that I have and things that I invested in that works really well for me. Now, one of the reasons why I decided on DJI Mic 2 is because I wanted to film outside. So, I mean, right now I'm in Thailand. And you know, I'm in my condo in Thailand. You can't see outside, of course, but I have a little nook area in the bedroom. This is why you can kind of see the bedroom. On this side, you might see Ann cooking in the background in the kitchen. So I'm in Thailand, so I want to film outside in Thailand, but Thailand's really loud. There's a lot of background noise, and that's one thing with your phone that really prohibits you. Like, that's one thing with the cameras on the iPhones. It just really magnifies the background sound and the background noise. So you really need a good mic, and that right there is a must. So if you only start off with one thing, including your phone, is get a really good mic. Because this mic is going to, I mean, I can do anything. I mean, you get a professional mic, and I think this mic was about $350, 300 to 350, something like that. So it is quite an investment. And I'll show you right here. Comes with this fancy little case. This case is good. It's really high quality. I always keep it in the case because it is a little bit heavy, so you don't want to drop it. Then it comes in this hard little case. This is the charging case. This is a charging case it comes in. So when you open it, let me open it here. So you open it, you can see this is this attaches to your phone, and these are the two transmitters. Okay, if I'm pronouncing that right. So I got the one with two mics. Okay, so just in case if I'm filming with a buddy, filming with a friend, they don't have a mic, I can actually mic them up. And like I told you, is when we switch over here, go back to the screen, is one of the things I really loved about this mic is it reduced the background noise. I was actually going between this mic and the Rode mic, but the Rode kind of came up with bad reviews on just being a denoiser as far as background noise. But this bad boy right here, the DJI Mic 2, this reduces the background sound like mad. So it opens up your possibilities. This is why I tell you, if you only need two things, if you only want to invest in two things, or you have money to invest in one thing, your first thing is your phone, which you already have. Is your second thing is get a really good mic that attaches to your phone. At this point, only these two things right here and free software like iMovie, that's all you need. And you can do anything. You can even do professional podcasts with this mic. Okay, but so there's a lot of people in Thailand right now that they go off and they interview people. They kind of have a podcast, but it's not really called a podcast. But they use this mic right here. Okay, it's a wonderful mic. But anyway, again, I'm not selling this mic to you, but I'm excited about it because I waited way too long to get this mic, and this is where I made a mistake. Is you need a good mic, and you need a good mic where you can go outside and film. You can go inside and film. You don't have to create like a in-house studio, a soundproof studio for you to film in. So that's just me. It just opens up your possibilities to film anywhere or almost anywhere. So you can change your sceneries. You can, I live by the beach, so I can go down and film by the beach now, and the sound of the waves don't overtake my voice. So I'm really super excited for this mic. So again, hands down, the thing that you need is a good mic. A good mic you can attach to your phone, and you can attach this mic also if you have a camera. So this is why you buy a professional mic, you can do both. You can connect it to your phone, and if you end up investing into a camera, you can hook this bad boy up to your camera as well. Now, another thing, jumping on the screen here, another thing that I invested in while I was in Thailand, because in Thailand, I pretty much upgraded my entire office, or remote office in Thailand. I work remote, by the way. So now this isn't a remote video on how to do it. I have an office in the United States. So when I travel back to the United States and visit family for a few months, I have an office there, and I have a setup there with computers. And then when I'm in Thailand here, in this little nook area right here, okay, I upgraded my entire office here in Thailand just about a month ago. So this is when I got the mic. But anyway, coming back to the Brio. So the Brio is a webcam. So I needed to get a webcam for my computer here, and I'm actually filming off this webcam right now, doing a screen recording. So we will talk about screen recording here in a second, but bear with me here for a second. Now, I don't have the black one, but I actually have the white one over here. So one of the things, okay, what I like to say about the Windows computers is one of the things at first when I came back, I've used Macs for probably 15 years now. Then when I came back to a Windows computer, At first it kind of irritated me because like with Windows, when you buy a desktop, you pretty much have to buy everything separate. You know what I mean? You buy the tower, then it comes with a cheap mouse and a cheap keyboard. You have to buy a better one. Then you have to go buy the monitors. Then nothing's built in, so then you have to buy a separate webcam. But the issue is, okay, one of the things as a pro here is that when you buy things separate and you buy a separate webcam, the Brio right here that I'm using is a better quality webcam than they put into the iMacs. Like my iMac back home, this is a way better quality camera and audio that I have in my brand new iMac back home. So that's the advantage when you buy separate, is when things are built in, when you have cameras built in and built-in audio, it's usually a little bit less quality. It's not the best just because everything's built in. So this is the one I have right here, and this kind of upped my game because it made this films in HD. It's not 4K. I didn't get the 4K one, but HD is enough for me. It does have a low light buffer in it where it films excellent in low light, and it also has a noise buffer in this camera as well. Now, I'm not using the audio in the Brio. I'm using the audio off my Rode mic right here, but even when I'm running the air conditioner is right up here, almost right over me, so it's not picking up any of the background sound. That was huge for me, is background sound, is because sometimes what happens when people give you advice, some of the software they're telling you to get, some of these mics they're telling you to buy, they don't have a good denoiser. They don't have a good sound buffer in them, meaning that they really pick up the sound from the background. So if you live in a noisy area, right now, I'll show you my setup right here. I know I'm rambling, but I'm sitting by a window right here. So if it's loud, all my mics are kind of has a good denoiser or sound buffer in them. So even if I'm using my Podmic right here, or I'm using my Brio right here, it's not picking up the background sound. And even if it picks it up super, super tiny, and I can easily take that out in editing. So that's what you want. For me, that was important. That's why I learned over the last year and a half doing filming and doing videos of, it's just that flipping background sound. And so you want mics that have a good buffer in there that way, because if you can have an expensive mic, but they're only good if you create a professional studio with soundproof. So to me, I didn't want that. But anyway, this is my little setup here. I got two screens going on. I got my Rode Podmic here. Got the Brio up here. I'm holding the camera. I'm filming here. This is my other camera. This is my mic, which I'm not using, by the way, because I'm using the Podmic, the Rode Podmic. But just wanted to share that with you. It sounds kind of easy, but some of these really expensive microphones, they don't have a good sound buffer in them, or a noise buffer or background sound buffer. So that was really important to me. And I know I'm repeating myself, but once you start filming, you're going to start becoming aware of the background noise. Then you're going to start becoming aware of, holy crap, I can't take out that background noise. So anyway, so that's the Brio that I got. And they do have more expensive ones. I forget how much this was. I think this was like $100, a little bit over $100, something like $150. So, it's not the best, but it's also not the cheapest. Now also, since I brought it up, and I'm using right here the Rode Podmic USB 2. This is the new version that just came out. And I just added this bad boy. I think this is only the third or fourth video I did with the new Rode Podmic. So did you like that? But anyway, this is something that you don't really need unless you're getting into it, I want to interview people, if your YouTube channel's into interviewing people, you want to do a podcast, you want to do a video podcast, or you just want to interview people, and you're going to have multiple people inside your videos. So that's the reason why maybe you would look for more of a stationary that's hooked up to my computer, my Windows computer right here. And this is the reason why, when we jump on here, this is the reason why I kind of picked up the Rode Podmic USB. It's $200. Now, $200, you have to understand, it doesn't come with a stand. So the stand is separate. $200 is just for this little piece right here. And let me see the pictures here. This is really sleek. It's really a great design. It's really high quality. It's a heavy mic. And it's excellent, but it comes with a USB cable. It comes with a sound buffer right here. Not really a sound buffer, but that way it doesn't pick up like me doing when I talk. It's kind of like a little bit of a noise buffer, something like that. They call it something like that. Give and take, because I'm not a professional musician. Okay. Okay. But anyway, the reason why I got the Rode Podmic is because in my YouTube channel, I've always wanted to do like meditation videos. And with meditation videos, you needed really good sound. You need really good audio. So I wanted something that would produce really, really good audio, that I'm staying really close to the mic and somebody's relaxing and I'm in more of a calmer state than I am right now. And I can do those types of high quality videos. Then that's really why I got this mic. And that's why I said from the beginning, like sometimes you're gonna want to do stuff. Sometimes you're gonna want to do videos, and if you don't have a mic at all, it's gonna limit you, or your audio is gonna be off. Your audio is gonna be maybe not super bad, but your audio is it's not gonna be at par. Okay, like I said from before, when I only filmed on my iPhone here, and I use the iPhone audio, lots of times I got in a habit of filming super close. Like all my videos, I was almost like this close. Okay, just because I needed to be close to I needed to be close to the phone audio just so it wouldn't pick up so much background noise. See, the advantage, now with the Rode Podmic, you have to be close to it, but when you have the DJI Mic 2, you can stand, I could film here and I could have the mic on and I could stand clear in the kitchen and I could talk and you can hear me so clear. Okay. And even if you can use these for podcasts too, I see people in podcasts all the time having a mic clipped right here. Some of them, they have it on their head. Sometimes it's hidden on them, but they have a mic. So these two, you don't need both. Now I got both just because I went without for so long. So I just wanted to really do my setup. But if I had to pick one, I would pick this one over here, because this one actually goes into my phone and I can go anywhere with it. This one is more stationary. Now with the Rode Podmic, I feel like I'm selling this to you, but I'm really not. Now the Rode Podmic, this right here, the Rode Podmic right here, this does hook into the phone. Right now I have it hooked into the computer, but it does hook into the USB port, does hook into the phone, so you can actually use it for your phone if you want to. But it's just going to be a little bit more, you can't really take it with you unless I just want to take it and sit in the living room with it or something like that. But again, this is going to be your best setup right here. So this is the end of the equipment I use. So kind of in a nutshell, okay, we covered a lot. We covered a few things, but really the takeaway here is use your phone and get a really good mic for your phone. Okay, this is the only purchase you make, is get a good mic for your phone, because at this point you can do anything. You can almost do any video, go anywhere, film inside, outside. I've even tested this inside a loud store and it took out the entire background sound. So, it just gives you more variety in your video. So these two is the only thing you need, is a good mic like the DJI Mic 2 and your iPhone. So now let's switch over to some of the software. So if you use the Mac, you probably know, or maybe you don't know, the Mac, all Macs and the iMacs, I got the MacBook sitting right behind me here. So it comes with iMovie. iMovie is free, and iMovie is really an excellent free app that comes with all MacBooks or iMacs. Okay, now it even comes with, it's even on your new phones, it's even on your iPads. So, and it's free. And one of the things I like to point out with iMovie has one of the best sound buffers, or reducing the sound, reducing your background noise, than most really expensive software. Okay, I've always used iMovie when I've been somewhere when I'm only filming off my phone and the background noise is horrible. I always throw up on an iMovie, take out the background sound, save it. Okay, I've used iMovie. This is what I use. Okay, I've used it forever. And I'm not joking with you with the background noise reducer in iMovie. And I know I'm not using the correct name for it, so I'm gonna have it in my brain fart, but it's better. It's better than Adobe Premiere, Adobe Audible, that these expensive softwares. And maybe if I knew how to use them, if I was a musician and I was really into music, maybe I would be able to reduce it, but just trying to do it simple, iMovie beats it. iMovie beats Premiere, Adobe Premiere Pro, that's $300, and Adobe Audible, which is probably about $200 a year, something like that as well, if you buy it separate, or $300 a year. Okay, iMovie beats it, and it is free. Now, that's it for iMovie. It's free. If you have a Mac, you have a MacBook right now, you don't need any other software to edit, okay? You can do simple things with iMovie, and you can do somewhat advanced things with iMovie, but use this free software until you can't use it no more. Okay, most of you out there, you're getting caught up, oh, I need this $300 software. I need this $500 software, but you're not even using the free software to the extreme, to how you can use it advanced. Like if I could use iMovie to the advanced, then I need to break off to more of a professional editing software. Okay, but start with iMovie. Now another question is, well, Chad, I can hear you. I'm looking at my other screen here. I can hear you think. You say, well, Chad, I don't have a MacBook. Okay. Now over here, you can easily go to Google. Now I got the little DuckDuckGo here going on here. But if I go to Google and I type in Windows 11 free video editing software, it comes up with a whole bunch of free video editors that you can get for free. You can download on your Windows computer and you can use it. Bottom line, go after free. And I know some software tricks you with a free thing. They trick you into downloading it, and then you still got to pay for it. Okay, I'm aware of that goes on, so you have to do a little bit of homework. But the point is here, you can get free software. Okay, now I've started off with Macs, and I've always had iMovie, but you can get free software on your Windows 11. So that's what you need to do. Do a little bit of homework and get the free software. You don't need to start with something $300, $400, $500. And if you're kind of going back and forth, well, Chad, I don't know which one to go. Always go for the mic. But that's going to save. This is going to produce more for you than an editing software. Okay, what other stuff do I use here? Now, what I'm filming off of right now, I'm actually using Camtasia. Now, Camtasia is kind of like, it's a video editing software, but it's a screen recorder. And since I'm in business, I've used Camtasia, I think way back in 2017. So I've been using Camtasia for a long time. The reason why I like Camtasia, because it's a screen sharing recorder. It records your screen, and once you're done recording your screen, it goes right into their editing software. So that's why I love Camtasia, is because I do a lot of screen recording, screen sharing videos and stuff like that. So let me introduce you to Camtasia here really quick. Now again, I don't get nothing from this. I'm not sponsoring Camtasia. This is just stuff that I use and I've been using for a long time. I have a Camtasia 2024, and it's a screen recorder, and it's one of the best screen recorders I have used, and I love it. And and you can use this pretty advanced as well, as far as editing. You can go super advanced with this. So let me just scroll down and kind of just show you kind of just on their website. But really, I really love, what really separates for me is a screen recorder. Okay, bottom line, it's the screen recorder capabilities. It's recording my screen like I'm doing right now, and I'm showing you right here, I'm using Camtasia to record this, plus I'm using my webcam. Over here, I'm using my phone. So I've used, this is the stuff I've used. I've used very expensive. I've used Adobe Premiere, and I honestly didn't like Adobe Premiere. It's expensive, okay? Camtasia can be expensive too, okay? But I think Adobe Premiere, even if you buy it under Black Friday, or over the holidays, it's still $300 a year. And with Adobe Premiere, you have to pay $300 a year every single year. If you don't pay it, if you in your contract don't want it no more, Adobe Premiere is over with. You can't edit with it. Okay, what I love about Camtasia is once you buy it, Camtasia is about this normal version. The simple version is $140. It's $140 a year, but you get free updates for that year. And if you don't want to upgrade after that year, Camtasia still works. You can still use it on your computer because it's a download on your computer. So you can still use it. You just don't get the free updates. You just don't get the updates because you're not paying for it no more. But you can still use it. Now, even I showed you here on my MacBook Pro over here is I have the old version. I think I have Camtasia 2020 over here. So I don't have 2024 over here, but that's an old MacBook. It can't handle Camtasia 2024. So that's what I'm meaning. I can run the old version over there. Okay, I can still use their software. I don't have to constantly pay for it. Now, if you have a MacBook, you have Apple, what's better than iMovie would be Final Cut Pro. Final Cut Pro is about $300, $400. And it doesn't really stop there. That just gives you the program. But if you want all the fancy assets or fancy animations, sometimes those are additional costs as well, just to kind of download it into your Final Cut Pro. But again, I've used Final Cut Pro a long time ago, but with just starting out, use iMovie. You don't need Final Cut Pro. Now for me, when I upgrade my MacBook to the new MacBook, but this is an old MacBook right here. That's the 2011. That thing's a trucker, lasted forever. When I do an upgrade to a new MacBook Pro, I am going to put on Final Cut Pro. Okay, that way I can use both. I can use iMovie and I have Final Cut Pro on there. But it's something you don't need to start off with. Start off with the free software. Okay, put your money in the best area of use when you first start off. Okay, you don't need all this fancy software. Now, the last thing I want to share with you is thumbnails. Okay, now thumbnails is something you're gonna have to create. You probably have to do it yourself unless you have a friend that does it for you. Maybe you outsource it right from the beginning, if you have the money to outsource or have someone create thumbnails, but you're gonna wanna use Canva. Now there's really two here. There's Canva and Photoshop. Photoshop is takes a little bit more time to kind of get skilled at it. But Canva is pretty simple, and you can go pretty advanced with Canva. Okay, Canva. I think Photoshop, if you're super advanced, Photoshop you can do more with Photoshop, but you can take Canva pretty far. So Canva is a must if you want to do thumbnails. So these are some of the thumbnails I have created using Canva. Canva is pretty cheap. I think it's like $12 a month, $10 a month, $15 a month, something like that. Sometimes they run deals where you can pay for the year and get it. So this is something you're gonna need. So looking at it that way is you have your phone, you invest money into a mic, okay? You have free video editing software like iMovie, and then you pay for Canva. That way you can make your thumbnails. Now with SEO, what I did was I actually changed my mind. What I'm going to do with SEO, I created an SEO video probably 8 months ago, and it's on YouTube. So I'll post it here for you, and I'll put it down as a recommended video in the description, and I'll pin it in the comments as well. Then I'll link the SEO video at the end of this video so you can watch it, because I did an excellent walkthrough for YouTube SEO. So it's an excellent video for you to watch rather than me explain it here and this video becomes a half hour, 40 minutes longer, and because I did such a good job, and I don't want this video just to keep on getting longer and longer and longer. So that's really what I need you to do is go watch that video on SEO if SEO is something that you really want to kind of master and get the basics on. And really with a YouTube channel, you really need to understand SEO. You really need to understand the basics to SEO. So lo and behold, I'll post it here. It's down in the description. Go check out that video. And then we're switch back over here and we're starting to wrap this baby up. And other than that, my friends, that's it. You have your phone, you have your mic, you have free editing software. And at that point, as you start making money or you start wanting to invest more into YouTube or more into a setup, then you can add on, then you can maybe buy Camtasia. Or if you want to do screen sharing right from the beginning, maybe you get it right from the beginning because you want to record your screen. And that's what you want to do. Or if you want to do, from the beginning, I want to do podcasts. Okay, now the two choices you have the podcast, you can get a podcast mic like this, or you can use this mic as well. Okay, just like I told you, if I can open this bad boy, right, this is the $350 mic. This is an excellent mic. This also connects to your phone and connects to a professional camera if you get a camera down the road. But it has the transmitter here, then it has the receivers. It has two mics for two people. So now you can buy it with only one mic, but I kind of went up a little bit and I have a spare mic for two people. Or you can use it like if this one runs out of battery, I can use this one over here just in case I'm filming forever. So like I said, it's this right here, keep it simple. And as we wrap this up, stay in the game, just start. Don't get caught up into all this stuff and stay authentic. Be you, have your personality in your videos. Okay. If you just want to walk around the store and talk like Sam Selleck, do that because that shows your authentic side. Just like with me, I'm in Thailand. I'm sitting, my nook area is in the bedroom. I can see the kitchen depending upon the camera angle, but it doesn't stop me because this is my life. I'm sharing my life with you as well. So I'm doing the best as well I can do is being authentic. But other than that, my friends, best of love to you, blessings to you. Hopefully I'll see you on YouTube and I'll see your channel, I'll see your videos and stuff like that, and I'll comment on them as well. But anyway, blessings to you. Comment below if you have questions. I'll help you out as much as I can. Other than that, peace, love, and blessings to you. Remember, I love you guys, and I'll see you in the next video.